Today, we will be talking about 7 deadly sins represented in any K-pop song. Obviously, this isn't meant as hate, and that's not what I want to say or basically shine with this video. I am simply stating as a concept, and as 7 deadly sins have usually been either differently represented or even drawn into an anime, I feel though it is not very bad for me to do this. So, without further ado, let's start. First sin is the sin of gluttony, and it's perfectly embodied by Red Velvet's #Cookie Jar. Cookie Jar is a song about love as endless as a cookie jar in the narrator's heart. You can say that the heart of them and their lover in this song are both cookie jars where one can reach onto and grab. Now, I didn't choose this as a sin of gluttony just because it has a food metaphor, although that certainly did help my choice. I chose it because both the narrator and the love interest are taking out more from each other than they need. In one verse, even the narrator says they can't stop and they have to continue taking, even though the love interest may not be interested in that. And finally, in the bridge, it says, so sweet like sugar, they want to continue taking. The sin of gluttony is taking more than what you need. It could be food and it could be anything else. Different from greed is taking what you don't need and wanting things from others, while gluttony is taking something you can have but you don't need. It's a different concept, where gluttony is, some could even say, harder to resist than greed, because people are naturally gluttonous, and the narrator of Cookie Jar admits that in the lyrics. But because of their strong love for their love interest, they are willing to indulge in the sin of gluttony and get their hands in the #Cookie Jar. The next sin on our list is the sin of greed, perfectly embodied and encapsulated by Twice's More and More. Even the chorus itself sounds greedy, more and more, twice, more and more. They continue repeating more and more, and it's never enough. They even say that explicitly, clearly in their lyrics. Like I said, greed is a sin where you want more and you will never be satisfied, but you want more of things that are not theirs. It says, I deserve it. Do you want more? You have to give me more because I deserve it, because I know you. Even if you feel the pain, you will never come out the same, as one of the English translations, More and More, has. The greedy repeating of more, more, more and more, chanting in the chorus, is perfectly encapsulating the feeling of greediness in love that Twice want to represent with this song. Even the metaphor in Garden of Eden is telling us that song is full of sin, but sin is very sweet, and Twice indulge in it, both in the music video while biting the apple, as well as in the lyrics where they just said they can't get enough and end the song. A different sin that some could say is close to gluttony and greed is lust. It's similar as lust in its original meaning, taking from the Latin word, could also mean wanting more, similar to greed and gluttony. Although today we associate it with sexual tendencies, and that's how lust is presented, and how I will cover it in this video as well, it has very similar parallel lines to both greed and gluttony. Now, lust is best represented by the song by G-Idol, Oh My God. The enchanting chorus is the first thing that is solidifying its position. Oh my God, she took me to the sky. Oh my God, she showed me all the stars. In this song, the narrator that's talking to us while talking to God simultaneously is saying that this her, we can presume a demon or even a love interest, it can be read in any way, took them to the sky and the stars. And it's ironic that they are saying it to their God, as God, by the biblical lyrical interpretation, is the one on the sky. But the demon, the evil in them, took them to that sky instead. They were raised up on a high ground by doing something bad, and they don't want to stop. They continue. In the music video, we can see Soyeon grabbing for more, while even the angel that's represented by Neon is not trying to stop it. The sin of lust is all-consuming, and it consumes the members of G-Idol as well as the narrator themselves. And I'm sure it has consumed you sometimes as well. Lust comes with a certain level of satisfaction that you know you've achieved something. And another sin that does that is the sin of pride. And what better song to embody it than the classic hit of the group 21, I Am the Best. Negache Chalanga. Such simple lyrics, yet they tell us so much about both the narrator and what we should think of ourselves. While is definitely an empowering ballad, saying I am the best in the name of everything else is quite prideful. Especially with the bom ratatata, with the infused melody, it stops sounding like a self-love item, but a lot more like something that the narrator wants us to accept as a fact. I am the best. They even repeat it multiple times to make sure we figured it out. Negache talaga, negache talaga. The only other lyrics in that chorus are bom ratatata, ratatatata, which don't mean anything. Bom ratatata, ratatatata doesn't mean anything. It's an echo. They're the best, and it's the only thing they want to say, and it's the only thing they will say. As the author and the lyrical protagonist, aka our narrator, is only reaffirming that they are the best, and it's the only thing they care about. Negache talaga is perfectly representative of the sin of pride. Next, we come to the sin of envy. Pride and envy are usually quite interconnected, with people who are prideful often being the most envious. And what better song to represent envy than another song by G-Idol, and that will be Allergy. While I think Allergy also conveys a lot about insecurities and the basic human need for being better, I think it has a lot to do with the sin of envy. It says, fighting my mirror allergy. This song, while I do think it's predominantly about insecurities, and I will be the first person to say I deeply relate to its lyrics and its themes, it does have the ending of the chorus which says, she's so pretty, yes, so lovely, she's got everything, so why am I not her? Love me, love me, love me, love me, love me. I also want to dance to Hype Boy, but on the screen I look like Tomboy. And while it has elements of basic human insecurity, it has deep elements of envy. Our narrator wants us to think about that other person who is, as Idol says, dancing to Hype Boy, someone who is an it girl, and how they want to be them, even though they are tomboy, which I think is very much intentionally placed here. Tomboy was also a massively popular song, but still the narrator wants more. They want to reach and grab until they come to dance to Hype Boy. And also the lyrics, I might stay single till I die, and oh my effing name, do suggest an undertone of jealousy in these lyrics. And while yes, jealousy is a thing that happens with human insecurities as they are, it also happens with a deep feeling of envy. Now, I think envy and insecurity are deeply intertwined, which is why I think the sin of envy in the shape that we associate with it currently is the least sinful one, if such thing exists. But that's all we can say about Allergy by Idol. Another sin we may judge less harshly than the previous ones is the sin of sloth. It talks about laziness, and the sin of sloth is defined as not wishing to do things you need to do as a member of the community, only wishing to lay around and relax without taking any responsibility. But I think we in pop culture and overall in our current day-to-day lives more associate feeling sloth with someone being, I guess, simplifyingly saying lazy. And the perfect song that embodies that is Zzz by Mamamoo. The narrator of this song is setting the scene how they are alone on, we assume, a Friday night where they are bored, they don't have any plans as nobody is inviting them. They just need some fun. Through the entire song, our narrator is knocking on our head, hey, I'm going crazy, I'm bored, you wanna hang out? I'm bored, I just need some fun. Yet they don't do anything to fix their boredom. Well, the one part of the song that does not fit with this context is saying, I'm bored, I have to go outside and go on around the world. But it's still continuing. They want a newer day, they want something new, yet they're not trying to do anything. They say they've tried to go around the world for 3 times. They are asking their friend or love interest or whoever they're talking to do something for them, to fix them, even though they're bored. They're bored with themselves, they're bored with life, and they can't figure out what to do. But realistically, as humans, are you ever bored? Are you ever so bored that if you go around the world 3 times, you watch dramas, you watch TV, you're still bored? That's an indication of Sloth, of the narrator of this song. And while yes, it's also linked to being, I guess, lonely and restless, as I am doing a sin video, we are linking it mostly to Sloth. And the final sin, and some could even say the worst one, is the sin of wrath. An unmanageable anger that you don't want to salvage with the help of the Lord or whoever you believe in, yet you keep holding on that anger onto someone else, yet not yourself, as anger on oneself by the definition of the Bible is not wrath, but a guilt of a sinner. This is holding some type of rage against another person. And what better song to define that than Good Boy Gone Bad by TXT. Good Boy Gone Bad is a song about our narrator getting his heart broken and saying how their love interest slashed and killed them, so now they've gone bad and are going to do the same. Revenge and wrath go hand in hand. They say they are dead alive, but they continue being angry and killing themselves further in order to kill the person who has hurt them. Well, the song also echoes tons of wrath, but also sadness and overall pessimism. The sin of wrath is definitely there. You can see it in the way the boys sing themselves and the instrumental that continues spinning, basically the chords hitting in all the right directions, making you feel angry, making you feel the anger of the narrator. But the best proof I can say is in the bridge where it says, I killed it myself, fall head first with broken wings, doesn't hurt anymore if I fall, ha 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 ha, I like being bad. The narrator gives in to wrath and becomes a wrathful creature himself. And that's where the ending is actually, is once you get consumed by wrath, you cannot get out. The 7 deadly sins are a warning for us. They are telling us what not to be. And while a lot of these songs have a different underlying message and can be obviously differently interpreted, I thought this was a very interesting idea for a video. So I thank you so much for watching, and I hope I will see you in the next one and you enjoyed this little religious/literary analysis. Goodbye!